The grizzly bear, apex predator of the northern wilderness. This hulking giant, often weighing over half a ton, commands respect and fear in equal measure. With its immense strength, bone-crushing jaws, and razor-sharp claws, the grizzly is a force to be reckoned with. These mighty omnivores roam the remote forests and mountain ranges, ruling their domains with an iron fist. To a grizzly, humans are not seen as a threat. Rather, we are considered as nothing more than a potential snack. But what happens when the tables are turned? What if you found yourself in the path of one of these formidable beasts? Though infrequent, grizzly attacks do occur each year. And let's be clear, they can be fatal for those who are unprepared. Consider this. A grizzly bear can run at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. That's faster than Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world. A grizzly's bite force, estimated to be around 1,200 pounds per square inch, is strong enough to crush a bowling ball. Its claws, as long as a human finger, are sharp enough to slice through thick leather like butter. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? But don't let fear paralyze you. Knowledge is power, and understanding the grizzly, its behavior, and what to do in the unlikely event of an encounter could save your life. In the wild, grizzlies are solitary creatures. They spend most of their time foraging for food, raising their young, and avoiding conflict whenever possible. However, if startled or threatened, a grizzly bear can become aggressive and attack. The key to coexisting with these magnificent creatures lies in respect and understanding. We must remember that we are visitors in their territory. It's their home. We are the guests. So listen closely, because the tips I'm about to share could mean the difference between a grizzly death or emerging intact from a face-to-face encounter with one of the largest and most powerful land predators on Earth. Your first line of defense is avoiding surprising a grizzly at all costs when venturing into their territory. It's not about being brave or foolish, it's about being smart and respectful. Remember, you're in their home now, not the other way around. The best way to prevent an encounter with a grizzly is to make your presence known. This doesn't mean announcing your arrival with a fanfare, but rather by simply making noise. Call out firmly and regularly, or clang your trekking poles together. This isn't about scaring the bear off, but more about giving it a chance to avoid you. Grizzlies aren't generally looking for a fight, and if they know you're there, they're likely to give you a wide berth. But let's say, despite your best efforts at prevention, you stumble across a grizzly at close range. Don't panic, don't turn and run. That's the worst thing you can do. It triggers the bear's chase instinct and turns you from an intruder into prey. Instead, you need to stand your ground, not in a confrontational way, but in a calm, assertive manner. Slowly start to back away, but keep facing the bear. Don't turn your back on it. Make yourself look larger by waving your arms overhead. This isn't about appearing threatening. It's about showing the bear that you're not an easy target. While you're doing this, talk to the bear. Not in a high-pitched, frantic voice, but in a low, calm tone. You're not trying to scare the bear, but rather to let it know you're human. Grizzlies have learned that humans are more trouble than they're worth, and hearing your voice may remind the bear of this. Keep your eyes on the bear, but avoid direct eye contact. To a grizzly, eye contact is a challenge, a sign of aggression. Instead, watch it peripherally. You need to keep track of the bear and its movements, but without seeming confrontational. And finally, remember this. You're not trying to dominate the bear or to scare it away, you're trying to diffuse the situation. Speak in a low, calm voice, and avoid direct eye contact, which can be perceived as a threat. But if the grizzly ignores your attempts at avoidance and charges with full force, you have only moments to react. This isn't a situation anyone wants to find themselves in, but knowing exactly what to do could be the difference between life and death. First, think fast and move with purpose. That bulky backpack you've been lugging around all day, get rid of it, toss it aside. You'll need to be as light and agile as possible to maneuver in the face of an oncoming grizzly charge. Each second counts, so make quick decisions. Now, you may feel the primal instinct to turn and run, but resist that urge with everything you have. Remember, to a grizzly you're prey, and running only triggers its predatory instincts to chase and attack. Instead, stand your ground. Easier said than done, yes, but it's your best chance at deterring an attack. As the grizzly barrels towards you, it's crucial to make yourself appear larger. Wave your arms slowly and deliberately over your head. Try to keep your voice steady and low. Speak firmly but avoid direct eye contact, as this can be perceived as a challenge. If the grizzly continues its charge, it's time to take defensive action. Drop to the ground, landing face down and spreading your legs to make it harder for the bear to flip you over. At this point, your hands should be clasped behind your neck to protect it. Try to remain as still as possible, even if the grizzly begins to attack. This tactic, known as playing dead, can be a lifesaver. It's a strange concept, playing dead to stay alive, but grizzlies are predators. They hunt live prey. By going completely still, you're signaling to the grizzly that you're not a threat. You'll want to stay in this position for as long as you can, even after the grizzly has stopped attacking. Grizzlies are known to linger, watching their prey to ensure it's no longer a threat. So even if you think the coast is clear, hold your ground. By playing dead and going completely still, the grizzly may become disinterested since it perceives you are no longer a threat. Remember, your survival hinges on your ability to stay calm, act decisively, and most importantly, convince the grizzly that you are not a threat. However, if the mauling continues and the grizzly tries to flip you over to attack your front, you have no choice but to fight back with everything you've got. When it comes to this point, this is your last stand, your last chance to survive. You must transform from prey to predator in mere seconds. In this desperate situation, the grizzly bear's sheer size and strength are unmatched. But it has one disadvantage. It doesn't know that a cornered human is a dangerous adversary. Use any means necessary. Your fists, your feet, rocks, sticks, anything you can reach. Turn your fear into fury, your panic into power. Now, where do you strike? The grizzly has sensitive areas that you can target: the nose, eyes, and face. A hard punch or a rock thrown with force can cause the bear to recoil, maybe even retreat. Remember, you're not trying to win a boxing match against a grizzly. You're trying to convince it that you're not worth the trouble. But while you're fighting back, don't forget about defense. Protect your face and vital organs at all costs. Use one arm to shield your neck and face while the other strikes. If the bear gets a hold of you, try to roll into a ball, protecting your stomach and chest. And here's a crucial tip: never scream or show fear. This could trigger the bear's predatory instincts further. Instead, make deep, threatening noises. Show this grizzly you're not an easy meal. Fighting back against a grizzly is a daunting task, but people have done it and lived to tell the tale. Your will to survive can be a powerful weapon. Use it. Remember, this is a last resort. The best way to survive a grizzly encounter is to avoid it in the first place. But if you ever find yourself in this terrifying predicament, now you know what to do. Though vastly overpowered, protecting your face and vital organs while striking back relentlessly may be your only hope of survival.